Hi, today I'm going to make a ham and pineapple linguine sauce in the Ninja Foodi, and I'm going to start with 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. About 3 tablespoons of garlic. I like a strong garlic taste in this recipe. You can adjust it to taste. And then 1 leek. If you don't have a leek, then just cut up onion. And I like to saute these before I go into the next part of this recipe, which is adding the flour. Turn the power on. We're going into sear or saute, and I'm going to start at medium, but once the pan or the pot warms up and starts to sizzle, I'm going to go to medium low because my leeks will take a little longer to get going. The leek and the garlic is starting to get toasted, and the leek has absorbed a fair bit of the oil, so I'm going to add 3 more tablespoons of coconut oil. I left the temperature on medium as I was able to keep a steady eye and stirring the mixture. If I had to go off and do other things, I would turn it down to medium low, as I find medium temperature to be fairly warm. Okay, so we've got our oil in there, and my flour of choice for this sauce is spelt flour, but you can use regular flour or your flour of choice. And I'm starting with a 1/4 cup measure to start, and I'm leaving the temperature up at medium, giving it a good stir. I did a video earlier as I was using the Veggetti Pro to prep a broccoli stalks and a zucchini, as I do not want to do. That was probably 1/8 of a cup more of flour. So all we're trying to do at this point is absorb the oil in the pot. Yeah, so I'm making noodles using the Veggetti Pro out of vegetables instead of using a pasta, a wheat pasta. That looks good. It smells delicious. And now I'm going to start adding coconut milk. You could use regular milk. I don't house regular milk, so I use coconut milk. And then you just let this come up to temperature again, and it'll start thickening. So whenever I can keep the dairy content down or the wheat content down, these are the things that I do. I use spelt flour, which is still a wheat flour. It's an ancient grain that is, okay, you see how that's thickening up? Now we can add some more coconut milk. Spelt flour is lowest on the gluten factor in terms of gluten in the flour. I don't know how else to say that. I find that when I make my bread with the spelt flour, I don't have as many problems as I used to have. Quite a few health problems having too much gluten in my diet. So I can eat other things because I use spelt flour and make a conscious effort of keeping it the gluten aspect down in my diet. Oh, that looks good. At this point, I'm going to add some Himalayan salt to taste and some pepper to taste. And some more coconut milk. And you just keep adding and adding until you get the consistency that you're looking for in terms of today it's a linguine sauce. So I want it fairly thick. I'm not making a soup. If I was making a soup, then I might add more milk to it. And it might take more than a liter of coconut milk or whatever milk you're using. So I started making this ham and pineapple sauce. It was just one of those things, Ronda on the fly, and we ended up liking it so much that it's become a staple in our house. When I make a ham, part of the ham gets put aside for making this recipe. This is working out very, very well at the medium saute or medium sear. I don't know what it says on yours. Temperature. Ooh, this looks so good. I'm going to add some more milk. So the flour, we added just a little more than a 1/4 cup of flour, and it was a total of 6 tablespoons of coconut oil. And again, the oil is an oil of preference. You can use any oil. I just have different oils that I use here. I could have used palm oil. I could have used olive oil. But my two favorite are the coconut oil and the palm oil. My stovetop has been turned into it's a ceramic top, so it's just it's an added counter space over on that side of the kitchen. And this is going to work out just about perfect, as I'm going to add the last of the coconut milk. Okay, to get this to thicken up a little bit more, and then we'll be adding some of the other ingredients. Then I will just let this slow cook. That's another reason why I like to use the Ninja for making a white sauce, is because I don't worry about it scorching. I can put it into slow cook. The ceramic pot, it doesn't stick, and dinner's ready whenever. I'm cooking early again, so I'll be leaving this in the pot. Okay, so now we've got it getting fairly thick, and I'm going to turn it off. And I'm going into slow cook. Okay, so I want this sauce to be fairly thick, because with the next couple of ingredients I'm going to add, they have their own moisture, and it's going to thin this sauce out a little bit. So I have 18 ounces of broccoli stalks. I prepped a few bunches of broccoli, and I took off the excess stalk. That's why I want to slow cook this, to help cook the broccoli stock a little bit. I've got 2 cups of pineapple, and 25 ounces of ham. Get this all stirred in. Oh, look at that. Then later on, I will add some cheese to this recipe. I'll add some Parmesan cheese. I've got mozza. I've got a mixture. I don't know. Look at that. Oh. So I just want this to slow cook and basically get the flavor of what it would have been if it was the day after. Do you know what I mean? Like, quite often we make something and it's the day after that it actually tastes, the flavors are even better. So that's what I do here. By slow cooking this sauce, I get the day after taste in the first plate. So, and I need to put my lid on. And I'm turning it to the vent side as we're not pressure cooking. Time to check on how we're doing. Perfect. Oh, just perfect. Oh. Okay, I want to add some cheese to this. I have a little bit left in a bag of mozza, so I'm going to clean that out. And then I have a mix of cheese. I'm going to put a handful of that in there. A 1/4 cup or so of Parmesan cheese into this and give it a stir. Let the cheese melt. And while this is melting, I'm going to prep my noodles for plating. Oh. Oh my goodness. Close the lid. Put it back to the side. In a frying pan, I'm going to saute some garlic and butter, and I've also got my zucchini noodles and my broccoli noodles. I'm going to cook the broccoli first, as it's just a little bit denser than the zucchini noodles, and I'm going to chop these noodles down so that they're not hard to handle on the plate. Gotta love garlic. Yum, yum. I'm choosing to saute these veggie noodles as opposed to steaming them or microwaving them or whatever. I just thought it would add extra flavor to the finished product. Oh, smell that garlic and butter! I just want them to toast up just a little bit. No barking. Oh yeah, already toasting. So my cheese is melting and my vegetables are coming along, and I think I want to turn this down. It seems a little bit on the hot side, so I'm turning it down just a little bit. And a handful of broccoli noodles. And a handful, oh no, I want to soften these puppies a little bit. So I'm not looking to cook these, I'm looking to soften them, to heat them. I want them al dente. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. Oh yeah. They're almost going a little bit on the transparent side, like onions do when you give them a saute. This is Ronda on the fly. I've never done this. This is me saying this is what I think I'd like to do, rather than having wet from steam vegetables. I'd rather try it sauteed. Now I'm going to add a handful of zucchini noodles, and obviously I didn't get them all snipped. I'm the only one eating at the moment, so I'm not cooking all of the vegetables. I'm just cooking up mine and also doing the taste test. Oh, yes. I suppose if I wanted to, I could put a lid on this pan and bring up the steam aspect, but I really don't want to do that. I don't want to soften them from steam. I want to soften them from sauteing. Sort of thinking along the lines of stir fry. If I do a stir fry, I don't like to put a lid on my vegetables. I just like to let the heat from the frying pan do. I guess that's why I want to do these as a pan fry aspect of things. Look how nice and thick that is. Oh, oops. Good thing it's my plate. Oh, yes. Time for the taste test. I want to dig down and get noodles. I want to see what these noodles are like. Huh? Al dente. Oh my goodness. Very good. Oh, major do-over. Major do-over. A chunk of ham. I do not miss the pasta. The vegetables are very, very satisfying as a noodle. Who would have thunk it? Mom never thought this way, I'm sure. I hope you found this video helpful, if not entertaining. Please keep coming back, as I will be doing more. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions or suggestions, please comment in the comments below. Have a great day.